When China bullies, incarcerates, tortures, and even executes a prisoner of conscience, their entire family and friends suffer an excruciating sense of loss, bewilderment, emotional pain, and agony. Often members of the family are themselves subjected to interrogation, mistreatment, and house arrest in order to amplify the hurt. In a very real sense, everyone close to a prisoner of conscience goes to jail and lives a seemingly unending nightmare. Every day, family and friends are left to wonder what terrible abuses awaits dad or mom, or a brother or a sister, or a child. Every day, the tears flow. The people who rule China today with an iron fist resort to these ugly methods of control in the mistaken assumption that the people, the masses, can't be trusted to govern themselves, practice their faith as they see fit, or create a family. China's barbaric one-child-per-couple policy, for example, in effect since 1979, continues, despite some of the hyperbole about reform, continues unabated to make brothers and sisters illegal and relies on ruinous fines and penalties, forced abortion, and coercive sterilization, crimes against humanity, to achieve its ends. And all the news, content, and commentary in cyberspace, on TV or radio, or in print media in China today continues to be strictly controlled and manipulated by the Communist Party. The Chinese government today is in the business of breaking minds, bodies, and hearts. The repression is systematic, pervasive, unrelenting, and unnecessary. That's because the people of China love their nation, and they do deserve better treatment. Even heroic persons like Chen Quanzhen, who is with us today, and his dear wife, who is equally brave, Wei Jingshang, Rabia Kadir, Bishop Xu of Baoding Province, Harry Wu, and countless others who have demonstrated by their extraordinary perseverance and indomitable will to advance bedrock human rights principles, regardless of cost, carry the indelible scars of unspeakable mistreatment. The people who rule China today employ these ugly methods of control to prop up their own political power and increase their own personal wealth. China, a great nation, deserves better. Far too many of us who live in freedom often fail to exert ourselves in a meaningful way to assist prisoners of conscience and their loved ones in China and, frankly, elsewhere. Far too many of us fail to empathize with their plight or to see what's just below the facade of the purported harmonious society. How can it be that the 2010 Nobel Peace Prize winner Liu Xiaobo remains in prison while his wife Liu Xia is forced to endure this extreme isolation of house arrest and is now reportedly experiencing severe depression? Perhaps we are uninformed or too busy or prefer to look askance. However, with so much preventable suffering being endured by so many prisoners of conscience and their families in China today, the time has surely come for a more serious and sustained defense of these heroic individuals and their noble causes. All of us, including the Chinese government, have a duty to protect. Today we will hear the cries for release and freedom from 5 remarkable daughters on behalf of their wrongly imprisoned fathers, and from a dad on behalf of his unjustly jailed son. This is an appeal directly to Beijing. This is an appeal from 5 young women on behalf of their fathers who they miss so deeply. We hope that Beijing will be listening. We will also hear expert testimony from a previously incarcerated Christian pastor who cares deeply for the vulnerable and at risk, and another human rights activist who was detained in China after an attempt to visit a dissident. And I will provide the introductions as we go to our panels. I would like to now yield to my good friend and colleague, Mr. Pittenger, for any comments that he might have.